Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Big Lou tapping on in with What It Do with Big Lou. And I want to drop a little spiel on the winning culture of the Bay Area and the 5 franchises that we have here. Six franchises. We have 5 out of the Greater Bay Area, which is the East Bay, Oakland, California, and the West Bay, San Francisco, California. Separating the two is the Bay Bridge. So Alameda County is where Oakland is the county that Oakland belongs to, as well as Berkeley, Alameda, San Leandro, Hayward, San Lorenzo, Albany, Dublin, Pleasanton, Livermore, Newark, Union City, Decoto, Fremont, Niles, all belong in that county, Alameda. And the county, San Francisco County, is only San Francisco is the only city in that county. With that being said, let's kick it on off with baseball and the Oakland Athletics, right? They were founded in 1901 in Philadelphia. They were known as the Philadelphia Athletics. They were there until from 01 to 1955 when they moved to Kansas City and became the Kansas City Athletics. 1968, they moved to Oakland and became the Oakland Athletics. Some of their nicknames are the A's, the Swinging A's, the White Elephants, and the Green and Gold, right? For the franchise, they have a total of 9 World Series titles, putting them only behind, I believe they're third, only behind the Yankees and I think the Yankees and the Red Sox, I believe, or the Cardinals. Might be the Cardinals. They're third or fourth, right, all time. But being as living in the Bay Area and being stationed in the Bay Area and franchised in the Bay Area, they have 4 that they actually won. Within 5 years of moving to Oakland from Kansas City, they won a three-peat in 1972, 1973, 1974. And then they have another win in 1989 when it was against the San Francisco Giants in the Battle of the Bay. And they have a total of 6 World Series appearances since being in Oakland. They lost in '88 to the Dodgers that I did a video on how, when I was 10 years old, how devastated I was. And then they won '89, like I just mentioned, against the Giants, San Francisco Giants in Battle of the Bay, better known for the earthquake. And then in 1990, we lost to the Reds. Okay, that was six times we've been there. We're also a 17-time American League West Division champions. Okay, so that's a lot of hardware there, right? You guys already know that. And that's the Oakland A's for you. Then we got the Golden State Warriors, where they were founded in 1946, and them too started off in Philadelphia, as did the A's, as the Philadelphia Warriors. We had greats like Wilt Chamberlain there. He won a title there. We moved to San Francisco in 1962, became the San Francisco Warriors from 46 to 62. Then we became known, and still as we're known to this day, as Golden State Warriors, and that was in 1971 to the present time. They have 7 franchise Larry O'Brien trophies in their trophy case at the head facility. Placing them third, only behind the Lakers and the Celtics, right? And in the modern era, the Celtics have only won. Well, they got 3 with Bird, and they got 1 with KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. So that's 4, right? And the Lakers got 3 with Shaq, 2 with Kobe and Gasol. That's 5, and then the 5 with the Lakers, Showtime. So that's 10. So the Lakers, if you want to go like that, the Lakers are the dominant force of the modern day era, at least dating from 1980 till now. Okay, they got 5 titles since being in the Bay Area. 1 in 1975 with Rick Barry, and then the 4 with the current trio they have of Steph, Clay, and Draymond. And if you want to add Andre Iguodala in there, there's 4 guys that got 4 rings on that team spanning 10 years. Right, which that you don't see that. That's unheard of nowadays in the NBA. Right, the culture that started there with you got to give Mark Jackson a lot of credit. He started this thing, you know what I mean? And he don't get as much credit as he deserves. But Steve Kerr showed that he's an excellent coach. He knows how to make adjustments to make it turn equal wins, W's. Right. Then we got the Raiders. The Raiders, Oakland Raiders, founded in 1960. From 1960 to 69, they were in the AFL. And then 1969 to present day, they're NFL. Al Davis, big piece to the merger of the AFL, NFL. The Raiders are 3-time Super Bowl champions. They got 2 out of Oakland, 1 out of LA. They won one within a year or two of moving to LA from Oakland. They got 5 Super Bowl appearances. They're 12-time AFC West Division champions. They got 20-time playoff berths in the history of the team, right? Their all-time regular season record is 491 wins, 447 losses, and 11 draws. And playoff record is 25 wins, 20 losses. That's all winning, right? Winning, right? They were in Oakland from 60 to 82, and then LA 82 to 94, then Oakland 94 to, I believe they left 2019, 2020, right? And now they're in Vegas. It's sad because we already lost Raiders to Vegas. You know, the city didn't care about keeping them until they had that winning season of 12-4, and then all of a sudden now, let's keep them. It's a shame we lose them again. Well, you lost them again. The Warriors, brand new stadium across the bay. They're back in San Francisco, and now we're on the verge of losing the A's. I doubt they're going to stay in the Bay Area because, for one thing, they can't build a park in Fremont because that's considered being in Giants territory. Even though the Giants are San Francisco, Fremont is Alameda County, same county as Oakland. For some reason, that's considered Fremont territory, or San Francisco Giant territory. I don't know why. Anyways, but it's a damn shame because at one point, all three of these teams shared that same parking lot. You know, the two stadiums, the Arco Arena, Oakland Coliseum, it was called, the Oakland Coliseum next door, you know, the Raiders and A's sharing the field all the way up and just to a couple years back, which that was crazy, unprecedented. Everybody had brand new stadiums, and the Warriors, right? And they all shared that parking lot. Now it's going to go from 3 teams to 0, and it's a damn shame, right? It is what it is. So now let's jump over the Bay Bridge and let's go to the city of San Francisco. Let's go to St. Frank's area, San Pancho, right? Like some people call it San Francisco. San Francisco Giants were founded in 1883, and a lot of people don't know this, but they were called the New York Gothams from 1883 and 1884. Okay, 1885 they became the New York Giants, and they played out of the Polo Grounds in New York. They got 8 championships altogether for the franchise. Since they've been in San Francisco, they've won 3. 2010, 2012, 2014, right? They've made 6 World Series appearances since being in Frisco. 1962, which I believe they lost to the Yankees. 1989, which they lost to the A's in the Battle of the Bay, which is also known for the earthquake. And then 2003 against the Los Angeles Angels, Anaheim Angels. I'm not sure what they were called at the time. And they lost those 3. Okay, they're a 9-time National League West Division champions. And they've had some of the greatest players. Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Gaylord Perry, Juan Marcial. They had Christy Matheson, Mel Lott. Like I said, McCovey, Mays, Orlando Cepeda, one of 4 Puerto Ricans to be in the Hall of Fame. The Alou brothers, there was 3 of them, and they all started in the outfield at the same time. Felipe, Matty, and Jesus. And you had Bobby Bonds. You had Brett Butler, Will Clark, Matt Williams, Kevin Mitchell, a couple good seasons. Barry Bonds, Jeff Kent, Robbie Thompson, Bobby Thompson. The list goes on and on with the Giants. They've had a lot of superstar players. Buster Posey. Thing is, what is said, because it's so windy in San Francisco, and I've been there. I've been to a couple games where initially when the hitter hits the ball, it looks like it's going out the park, and then the wind catches it, brings it back into play. And it said that Willie Mays finished in the old-time home runs list. Willie Mays had 660 home runs. He was 3rd for a long time. It was Henry Aaron 1 with 755, Babe Ruth 2nd with 714, and then Willie Mays 3rd with 660. But now with the new list and some of these players retiring that were youngsters when I was a youngster watching, such as Ken Griffey has over 600, Sammy Sosa, A-Rod, Barry Bonds. A couple of those guys passed Willie Mays. A-Rod, I think he has 691 or 697, and Barry Bonds got 762. So they passed him. Anyways, it said that if he didn't play in San Francisco, he could have had about 800 home runs. Willie McCovey finished with 521, tied with Ted Williams, and it said he could have had 700 home runs. And then Mel Lott. I don't know why I want to keep saying Eddie Matthews, but Mel Lott had 510 or 511. And it said that he probably would have had 600 because a majority of his years he played in New York, not San Francisco. He might not even played in San Francisco. I could be totally wrong on that one. Don't mark my words on that one. But anyways, the Giants, just like the A's, have a lot of historic players. Going down as some of the best players in history. I think the Giants got the dibs a little bit on the A's because they had Mays and McCovey and Barry Bonds, obviously. You know what I mean? and the A's had Canseco McGuire, Reggie Jackson. You know what I mean? So it's close, but I think the Giants got them a little bit on that. And then we're gonna go ahead and slide on to San Jose, where I'm at right now, because I had to come pick up some paperwork from the San Jose office, and none other than the San Jose Sharks. They were founded in 1991, so they're about 30 years old. They got 1 conference championship, and they got 1 Stanley Cup appearances. They got 6 divisional championships, and the regular season record is 1,092 wins and 957 losses, which is considered winning. It's over 500. And with that being said, it's just Big Lou with a little bit on a spill on the Bay Area history of our 6 teams we have out here, and the culture of winning and the championships that have been brought to these cities, and the numerous parades. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, LA has done their fair share as well, with the Lakers, the Dodgers, the LA Kings. You know what I mean? UCLA, USC. You know what I mean? There's a lot of richness down there as well. The Clippers haven't won nothing yet, but that could change. The Rams also have some things to brag about. They just won the last Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But with that being said, it's going to be Big Lou tapping on out one more time with What It Do with Big Lou. Be sure to sub to the channel if you haven't. I got some information in the description regarding the No-Fly Zone Ricans. If you guys haven't subbed to that yet, sub to No-Fly Zone Ricans, which is it's 3 of us. My 2 co-hosts is Nelson out of Brooklyn, New York, now living in Georgia. He's a actor on The Walking Dead, Ozark. He's done some rap videos with Yo Gotti and Baby, and he's done some other things. And then Carlos is out of the Bronx. He lives in Orlando, Florida now. Both ex-cons, and of course, and they obviously Boricuas from New York, and of course you got me, Big Lou. Me, if you don't know, I'm Big Lou from Northern California, and also Puerto Rican, but I bring a little bit different flavor, a little different Puerto Rican flavor to the trio. And like I said, if you haven't already sub to the No-Fly Zone Ricans, and be sure to comment on this video, the No-Fly Zone videos, and let us know what you think. If you got any ideas, if you got any questions for any of us, feel free to ask, as long as it's respectable. And you can ask me about things, but I don't get into the nitty-gritty things of inside as far as active stuff. I don't get involved. I won't answer stuff like that. I'll give you like a daily, how it is in the pen daily, what type of duties and responsibilities that you might have, but that'll just go certain, only a certain. I won't indulge on indulge on everything about that. So with that being said, once again, Big Lou tapping out with What It Do with Big Lou. All right, YouTube. Have a good 4th of July weekend, and be safe and drive responsibly.